Raven, there was that sequence in the third quarter where he scored the layup, stole the inbound, scored another layup. Just could you break down that sequence for us real quick?
I remember Sanaya, she was dribbling down the court, and I was like, Allie, just throw it in the air. And I got it, and then I tried to fake, and then I stole the ball, and I laid it up again, and I just heard the crowd go, just screaming. So, it's things like that we like to see in the CLA. So.
For both of you, Coach Mulkey was just in here praising the depth of this roster. Just for you guys, your opinion, how much did the depth play into the win tonight for y'all?
I think we went in, and I think one of the most important things was to tire them out. I think having a team like this that we have with a bench that's just so deep, I think going into these games is really important for us to get into their bench. Sorry, bench.
I guess for either of you, LSU came out hot, shooting the ball well, scored, I think, 22 in the first quarter. Did anything change offensively after that first quarter, or was it just you guys kind of locking in a little more?
I think, honestly, the biggest thing for us was boxing out and rebounding. I mean, I know you guys saw it out there. Anissa, I think she had quite a few offensive rebounds, and some of the other post players and guards had some offensive rebounds. And I think when we saw that, we really, kind of keyed in on the fact that we had to box out and get the rebounds.
Bree, it seemed like there was that first quarter 22-21, and then the next three quarters, it was both teams really struggling to find shots. What did you see out there? Was it fatigue or just tough defense?
I think it was tough defense both ways. I think we were also missing some things that we don't usually miss, just to be completely honest. And basketball is like that. You're going to miss some, you're going to make some. And unfortunately today we missed a lot of the ones that we typically make, but I think that was probably the biggest thing, is missing the easy shots and tough defense on both sides too.
Raven, you guys had 22 points off of their 17 turnovers, 11 blocks, and I think 13 steals. Describe how this team has started to lock in on the defensive end, and how rewarding is it when you guys are turning defense into offense?
I think it comes with trusting one another. I mean, we emphasize a lot on gap help and just helping our teammates. So I think just trusting one another and just knowing that our teammate can get the defensive assignment and knowing they can stop the player that they have at the night.
For both of you, I mean, this stretch that you're on right now, Texas and Alabama and Oklahoma and now LSU, are you guys playing as well as you have all season at this moment, and how do you keep that going? How do you keep that rolling?
You go.
I say we're doing this for Ash. Honestly, she's a big part of our team, and when she went down, I think everybody, we want to do this for Ash. I mean, we want to keep going. We want to win for Ash, and I think when we had the loss in the beginning of the season, we needed that. Honestly, It made us come back together and made us realize that we can't come back how we were last year. We got to bring another firehouse and something else to the table because teams are coming at us. So I think that loss helped us and Ash. So we're doing this for Ash.
Raven.
I agree with everything he said. I mean, she said everything she said.
Yeah, noted. Raven, going back to the defense, too, I know a lot of off-ball actions you guys were really able to blow up, and especially on baseline out-of-bounds plays. And you mentioned how well you guys are playing off of the ball. Is that maybe a little bit of scouting and the connectivity, and what kind of goes into being able to do that against a team that has guards that are pretty explosive offensively?
Okay, I'm gonna first start off with Breezy Hall. We're seatbelt game. I mean, every time before we start a game, we always be like, we got the biggest defense assignment, so let's lock the other best players up, and we always be like, we're the co-hosts of seatbelt game, so let's do this.
Mm-hmm. I think she ate. She said it all.
Bree, when you first hit that three-pointer, first three of the game, I kind of saw the emotion on your face, on the bench's faces. I know we hear that it's just another game, but can you describe the emotion just from tip-off to winning this game today?
I mean, it was really a hyped up game. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know it was the most talked about game. I'm talking about we were scrolling on TikTok, and we have very personalized TikToks, and everything was South Carolina LSU, South Carolina LSU. Everybody had something to say about it. Everybody had their own opinions and stuff like that, and stuff like that fuels me. And it feels my teammates as well, just hearing different opinions and who they think is going to win. And so we go into the game oh, like we got to show these people. Like people think, and there's a lot of people that think like we're just not that good in no matter what we do. So I think going into the game, it was just a lot of emotion, a lot of energy. And of course, you can see by the fans in there, it was very emotional, highly celebrated game. But I think just going into the game, it was really hype, and I think it just showed out there on the court, just the hype for each other and hype for each other on the bench, and it was really good.
Going off that, for Raven, Don was telling us yesterday that having an extra day to prepare for this does kind of change the preparation, obviously, for it all, but especially just emotionally having to wait another day to play this game. How did that affect preparation, and what was it like waiting another 24 hours to take the floor?
Oh, and I tell you, we was ready to play. When they said the game was moving, we were like, oh my gosh.
Yes, we was like, oh my gosh.
Another
like,
day to wait is crazy. But I mean, we were ready for the moment, and when the horns started, when the ball tipped up, we were ready. So I think coach prepares for moments like this and big games like this.
Yeah, guys, I did want to ask you about that atmosphere. What was it like playing in an arena that loud?
it is something. It is something. It's really incredible, like genuinely, because it is just so loud. It gets so loud, and I've always asked my teammates. I'm like, I want to ask somebody else what it's like to be on the other side of the stick where you're playing here at our games, because it has to be hard.
They're like our sixth man, honestly. If you want to give a sixth man award, give it to the Fams, because
Yes.
they're really like our sixth man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.